Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, Last Days of Europe, with me, Alpha by Omega, and Greater Germanic Reich. So, even today we are going to continue with the struggle for Madagascar. We're actually making good progress, I think. It's a bit tricky because I'm trying to be super careful with our units. I don't want to get any eliminated while we are pushing for elimination of our opponents. So with that said, I think we are doing pretty good. We could sabotage enemy logistics on the Madagascar. What would that do? Division attack and factory output lowered. Okay, sure, I think that's gonna help us. It's small thing, but it's gonna be a nice boost to our performance. Oh, come on, guys. We really need reinforcing here. Get in there and help us. Yeah, this division is also getting really badly hurt. So is the enemy, I mean, but... Okay, so we have been reinforced. That's great. But so has the enemy. God damn it. Come on, get in there. I don't want to lose the capital again, because that one is a very valuable thing, and yeah, we're gonna break any time now. But the help is on the way. So you guys are at... No, you're at max 81% fighting strength. Are we missing something, or is it just that you can't get to the equipment? This is, what is that? Coastal support? Yeah, they just can't get to the equipment, unfortunately. But hey, let's send you in. You are getting quickly... Yeah, I know. But shouldn't this be the supply hub? Nope. Hopefully we can get in there before they break. And the allies are also sending their units in there. We really need to just solve this situation so that we can move here and destroy the enemy. Irgun takeover of the Levant. What? What is going on in Levant? Oh, Israel has been formed, and a really big one. Provisional government, paternalism, free Lebanese state is a puppet. Okay, so Israel has been formed. After the catastrophic Italian failure to keep the region stable, Italian rule in the Levant has broken down, forcing Italian troops to retreat from the region after suffering massive losses against the local insurgencies. In the ensuing power vacuum, the Zionist nationalist militia known as Irgun, led by Menachem Begin, I don't know, I'm probably mispronouncing this, I don't know how it would be pronounced properly, Begin, maybe, has taken control of the region, proclaiming the State of Israel. One of the most prominent Zionist organizations in the region, Irgun has been violently agitating for a Jewish state for years, but it was only recently that they could gather enough support among the Jews of the region to seize power. I wonder, is Irgun? I never heard that name before. Is it a real organization, or is it just made up for this scenario? I know that during, there's a lot of, history that I don't know specifically about the creation of Israel. I studied closer the 7 Days War and, the other things that happened there, but weird. Well, don't remember Irgun anyway. Owing their triumph to the division and infighting of the Arab camp, Irgun, however, is now in control of a vast region populated by an Arab majority, bitterly opposed to Jewish rule. The newly founded Israeli state is a minority government, and there are already many reports of systemic discrimination against Arabs and other ethnic groups. The Jews have found their Zion, but at what cost? It's actually much bigger than our Israel, so I wonder what effect that's gonna have. So we need to get in there. Okay, 4 more hours. So hopefully they're not gonna break. If they broke now, and we would have to retreat. That would be just awful. Oh, come on, reinforce them, reinforce them. Reinforce them. The provisional government of Malaya has defeated the military government of Shonanto in a war. Come on, join in there. The US forces in the Philippines declared war on the Second Philippine Republic. And the All-Filipino Revolutionary has also declared war. Okay, so the Philippines have fractured. So we have a Philippine Deputy HQ. We got the Second Philippine Republic. And we got the United Front Revolutionary. So the Republic is at war with everyone, and the United Front is actually neutral towards the American government, but hates the Second Republic. What's up with the Second Republic? A fraudulent sovereignty, a paradoxical government, and a listless spirit. Okay, you guys are done. So, Yawa launches the Balintawak Blitz. After years of seeming inactivity, an alliance between the Philippines' two largest rebel groups have commenced its largest attack against the Second Philippine Republic to date. Border towns are engulfed by gunfire and artillery shells as the joint anti-loyalist offensive shatters the conflict's long stalemate. Caught largely by surprise, the Philippine Constabulary and Japanese 14th Army has been forced to conduct fighting retreats, and in some cases were routed off the battlefield completely. Questions abound now that the conflict nears the peril of the Orient with every inch gained or ceded. Will the so-called Puppet Republic survive its ordeal? Will it fall? Who will it fall to? The socialists to the north or the old Commonwealth's remnants to the south? How will the Sun and Eagle respond? Time will tell. And we still haven't gotten into this combat. If we don't get there, we might just... Well, I mean, these guys are doing a great job at defending themselves, so... Ah, there we go. There we go. And we have secured the continuation. A report from Norway. News from Norway arrived today indicating that the Reichskommissariat is evidently implementing a large-scale industrial plan likely to modernize and revitalize the land's economy. Nice! In the modern era, Norway has never possessed much beyond light industry and for centuries has relied on agriculture and animal husbandry for its largest labor fields. However, as both Europe stabilized under the Reich and the Einheitspact generates increased economic cooperation, it would seem that our Northern Reichskommissariat is beginning to make the full transition to an industrial member of our hegemony. Applications for permits to develop heavy industries like aircraft engines, large-scale ship construction, chemical plants, and even television factory have been issued to the industrial offices of Norway. While the smaller banks and investment groups eye the growing market with interest, the heads of Germany's largest corporations such as Siemens and IG Farben are already making large financial moves to capitalize on the decision. Only time will tell how this development shall shape the Reich itself in the coming future, but it would seem that the younger Norwegian population is quite keen on the news, as they hope to escape into a much more lucrative job market that would have existed otherwise. Nice, okay, so who's leading Norway? We never really checked them. Josef Terboven. So who is this guy? The Reichskommissar of Norway, Josef Terboven, has lived a charmed life for the past 20 years out of Germania's sight. Norway has acted as a vital part of the Reich's strategic defense network, but the autonomy afforded to the natives to ensure that peace is maintained has always grated somewhat on Terboven, who views the Norwegians, Aryans though they may be, as lazy and incompetent due to the many issues with industry, lack of progress in Germanization, and the consistent inability to squash the traitorous Milorg organization. Norway has found a renewed prosperity under the Reich, but the prosperity hides a distinct conflict between the native fascists and the National Union Party, native fascists of the National Union Party and the German military forces, reluctantly ceded by von Falkenhorst in the aftermath of the 50s economic collapse. The National Union Party aims to keep a form of Norwegian culture alive within the Reich, something that Terboven views as unacceptable, and further disagreements over the ideal German agricultural lifestyle and the desire of some politicians for a more urban Norway has led to heated, albeit not yet irreversible clashes. They don't have any... Oh no, they do have a national focus. Okay, cool. So Norway, or the Reichskommissariat, is actually one that has quite a lot... reported to Germany. So they're actually moving through the focus tree and making some progress. How are they? Yeah, their stability increased, and I think they're doing pretty good. Okay, so let's finish reading that. A more insidious issue for Terboven is the presence of one of Europe's last remnant state, the Kingdom of Sweden, a parliamentary democracy that many think ought to have gotten the hint decades ago and surrendered itself to the dustbin of history. The Swedes are alleged to hide Norwegian dissidents, spread propaganda and insidious lies about the Reich's intentions to loyal Norwegian citizens, and worst of all, fund the insidious Milorg terrorists, who have thus far avoided destruction. Yet these are all issues that Terboven views as solvable, provided that Reich remains stable enough to act as a bigger stick when negotiations with the National Union for more concessions to limited Germanization. Norway under Terboven is the loyal province of the Third Reich, for now. So the weight of the Germanic Empire, German literacy, German Norwegian history, disadvantage to disobedient, close to Swedish border, where it happens, revive the cities, report it to Germany. Not Germany, we are nothing. For an efficient future, gets even the resignation. Okay, I guess that woman will get removed. But yeah, we need some good news here. For example, Finland has nothing. I'm kind of surprised that they are doing nothing. I would expect them to be trying to do something at least. Okay, so you guys need to retreat. It's gonna take you 3 more hours. And get maybe reinforced. Is it a man? Yeah, they lost most of their manpower, unfortunately. Okay, now they're being attacked again. Okay, get back in there. 81. You really need to hold this territory. If we can do that, we will be fine. Okay, we defunded the Luftwaffe. For decades, Reichsmarshal Göring has seemingly been Albert Speer's greatest rival, with the two continuously coming into conflict since the establishment of the Führer's regime 3 decades ago. Given Herr Speer's newfound influence, being the Führer's successor, he will of course target his greatest rival, for it is the survival of the fittest. It has been decided that to best check Göring's influence, you must neuter his pride and joy, the Luftwaffe. As a result, we will defund the Luftwaffe, keeping them short of fuel and restricting the missions they can fly, which affects Göring's power. Yet this isn't purely personal, as cutting back the Luftwaffe's budget is something that very much appeals to Speer due to his pragmatic economic strategy. So we gain extra stability, back to 36, we gain further political power, and we increased our liquid reserves by 0.3 billion, which is fine. We're gonna invest them into lowering the debt anyway, very soon, so that's not an issue. Next comes a new kind of war. Okay, Wehrmacht reformer with studying the new kind of war. We get extra daily command power, division organization, and legitimacy bonus, and increase effectiveness of our situation. Okay, so let's see if we can do something here. Yeah, they're pushing us back again. UMAJF Victor in Malaya. Really? This quickly? Huh. As the last Japanese troops vacate the peninsula, the so-called Malayan emergency has come to an end. The combination of years of hard fighting, the internecine insurgency, the United Malayan Anti-Japanese Front, backed by the United States, was able to achieve a rapid victory, driving the Japanese from the peninsula's major urban areas and now forcing Tokyo to the negotiating table. Now free from Japanese occupation, the provisional Malayan government, headed by the revolutionary resistance leader Chin Peng, will form a caretaker government in anticipation of the new elections. Having received the support and diplomatic recognition from Nixon's administration, and as part of the American doctrine of rollback, the victory of the Malayan rebels has sent shockwaves throughout the co-prosperity sphere. Many observers speculate that Tokyo's defeat could merely be the first step in unraveling the Japanese empire. Wait, I was thinking... This is Indonesia. Where the hell is Malaysia? This is the Philippines. So Malaysia should be here somewhere. Where is it? Here? Ah, here it is. Okay, Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, all of these, they blend together so easily that it's kind of hard to see. So the Revolutionary Front, Provisional Government of Malaya. Wait, no, that's not the one, right? Or no, that's Thailand. So didn't they say that it was led by United Malayan anti-Japanese forms? Well, I mean, this could be a temporary government, so do we know? Back to fighting in Madagascar. So how long for you to rejoin the area? Oh my god. 1 day and 16 hours. I don't think we're gonna hold that long. No, we actually might, because we were reinforced again. Israel annexes Transjordan. Damn. Israel has no chill. So what's going on here? Prime Minister of Israel, Menachem Begin, I don't know how to pronounce that, announced today that in accordance with his revisionist Zionist ideals, Transjordan would be immediately and entirely annexed into the state of Israel. International commentators have observed a strong Orthodox revisionist Zionist backing to the Israeli government's actions. This has created a paradox within the state of Israel. For the Jewish citizenry, Israel is a thriving liberal democratic state, full of political and economic freedoms. For its Arab citizens, Israel is little more than an occupying power imposing conditions little better than segregation. Whatever the truth, a fresh wave of violence has erupted within the annexed Transjordan, and it does not seem that the conflict will end anytime soon. Okay, so we were actually reinforced, and with that, unless our units break here, we might have a chance at going with a counterattack. And I would very much like that. Oh, 3 civilian factories. Cool. So let's see. Where would we... Do we have any major states here? Minster is a major state. So let's build stuff in Minster, because we haven't yet, have we? Yeah, we can build a hospital, an administrative office, a school, and we can build some more infrastructure in these territories. Schleswig-Holstein is also ours, so let's keep at it. Okay, increasing stuff. Actually, I wanted to check Japan. We have now built a fairly decent network there, 45%. So they got roughly 32 divisions, about 300,000 men in service. We got 1 million. What about their navy? Well, they got roughly 350 ships. And we are way worse off. Well, but you know, that makes sense. I mean, it's Japan. Got about 20, well, nearly 3,000 aircraft. An economy, let's go with 60, 24. We got 83, 51, 16. Okay, so yeah, again, it's a great power. I'm not gonna dispute that. But we should be okay here. Okay, so now all of our units have joined the defense. We're gonna hurt them significantly, and I'm gonna try to launch a counter-attack immediately after this breaks to push them away from this territory, because they keep attacking us, and yeah, we need to make sure that they will not do that. Okay, and there might be another encirclement brewing here. So let's see our units raise an organization. They are not getting any reinforcement though. We need to put them where the supply would be the best. Which would be Tular at this point. Or Toamasina if we can reach it. Yeah, but going this way is too much of a risk. Because we could really get wrecked here. Okay, the enemy is now trying to attack us. Which I'm happy... Well, if we can strike them now and push them away from here, I might try to go for a counterattack here and eliminate these two divisions. But this could really bite us in the rear if they return. And the AI is not really interested in doing anything in here, really, is it? Okay, let's launch a counterattack. Because by no means do I want to get locked in here in this kind of hellhole. Okay, let's see how fast can we go. Speed 1. 3 days. Yeah, they are doing way better. But this is too much of a... This is too much of... a chance here. $63.74. 1 day and 12 hours. We should see them come back if they try that. The second Caribbean region declared one of the Dominican Republic. Okay, it's starting. Thing that we have been involved in for quite some time now. So who are you at war with? Oh! Just this one minor province. Or actually it's two. Alberta Bio. So you guys got 6 divisions, they got 3. Yeah, that should be fairly good. Even if the US tries to bomb you to oblivion, I actually ensure that that ought to work. Nice! Yes! Yes, 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 try to do this. Come on. The Puerto Plata invasion. The collapse of the Triumvirate has turned much of Europe's geopolitical position, and the aftershocks still ripple, now crossing an ocean. The Dominican Republic under Rafael Trujillo has long acted as a gateway into the Americas for the former European Axis powers, overseeing trade agreements while evading abortive assassinations orchestrated by the United States. Trujillo's luck today seems to have run thin. The Caribbean region, an army of anti-fascist volunteers led by the Spanish Republican exile Alberto Bayo, has landed in Puerto Plata, intending to oust the Generalissimo. In conjunction with them, the American and Cuban air forces are collaborating in bombing runs on key Dominican positions in the north. As the reports of mutinies and revolts trickle in from inside the Dominican Republic, it is clear that the fight for its future has now begun. Can we send them any more help? What is this? Operational strength will decrease. Insurgency strength. Not sure what that means, but okay, never mind. Now this is the goal we are after. If we can eliminate these units. Okay. Attack with both of our forces. Because this is what we are after. Come on, we can break these guys. Yep, we can and we will. And we are going to eliminate both of them, which will open... The only thing that can really hurt us now if we get stabbed in the back. The AI for some reason has vacated their units and they're sending them in the north. And these guys are not helping either. But we're worried here. I'm not gonna say I'm not, but the moment this unit crumbles, we will win. So Liberals retain power in Canada. After a bitterly fought elections between the current minority Liberal Party government led by Lester Pearson and former Prime Minister John Diefenbacher's Progressive Conservatives, the people of Canada have spoken, re-electing the current party and giving them a strong mandate for the next 4 years. The newly re-elected Pearson has a lot on his plate, making promises for a new constitution, healthcare, economic reforms, and trying to woo and satisfy the increasingly dissatisfied Quebecois and the alienated western provinces to remain with the Confederation and bring peace, order, and good government from sea to sea. The new government will have its work out cut from them. I promise that once you guys eliminate these fools, we are going to send you back to Tular or somewhere to resupply and reinforce, because you guys deserve it. Okay, and these guys are done. So make sure that's what's gonna happen. And yep, eliminated one, and that means now we're gonna eliminate the Japanese. And of course we are being stabbed in the back, but that's not an issue because they're coming from an area where we can retreat from. Come on, break them. Break them, break them. We have to break them. You are not doing us any favors either, but we are fine. Yeah, we're not gonna save them. Not only are we gonna eliminate this division, we are going to be able to counterattack and take Toamasina, where we are gonna wait and reinforce. That's a better plan. Gotcha! Come at me, bro. This is a military masterpiece and actually a huge issue for the Japanese because their mismanagement has made this possible. Okay, locate region sympathizers. Is that... Nope, it's not anything we want to do here. But we can do this one. Operational strength decrease. Insurgency strength will decrease by 5%. And Caribbean region will lose 1,000 manpower. Oh, damn. Okay, well, I might have spoken too soon. You got 5 divisions and they got 3. Come on. We have to do this. So let's support them. Let us locate region sympathizers, which will hurt them and benefit our ally. So be ready to counterattack here the moment this is done. Push them out and go take Toamasima, where you are going to reinforce. Agency upgraded. Economy department. Yeah, debt to GDP, both real and relative has dropped. Inflation is actually really low. Our yearly surplus has dropped as well, but that doesn't really matter as we are doing good. What about the... oh god, the GDP per capita is just tanking. We'll need to address that as soon as we can, because we can't really have people living in squalor. Let's go with... let's go with Army Department. Okay, we need more political power to secure Burman and Maren. A new kind of war. Well, it's gonna give us extra legitimacy here. Yeah, and they're actually doing kind of good here, so those are the last two divisions that the enemy has. Here's the one that Japan has. And yeah, the units are doing what they're good for. Okay, actually I'm gonna keep one of those divisions in here and one in Toamasima so that we don't get encircled. Oh, we're actually getting reinforced. Cool. So then we don't really need to wait for anything. So this is a major strategic victory. Well, again, and again, we're gonna just do it this way, because it turns out that these guys are not able to do anything. Okay, so we get a port. This is going to allow us to reinforce our units. So let's give them some time to rest and reorganize. I really need to get more power. Okay, this is looking good. The Free State of Magadan declared war on the all-Russian government of Amur. Oh, that reminds me, how did the situation with Vorkuta end it? They're still at war! Oh my god! After all this year, all these months, basically not years, but months. And Magadan, where is that? Magadan. Oh, that's on the other side of Russia. Magadan fighting Amur. That's a fairly big army for this little clerical fascism. Konstantin Rodzhadevsky. Oh, sure. So how are our units doing? They should get reinforced in them. 64 and 71%. Oh, nice. 71 and 81. So let's just let them get to full strength. Japanese shouldn't. Fighting here is going well. 91 and 71. Okay, actually this ought to allow us amazing. Go. Go, go, go. Give us strategical redeploy and encircle the Japanese here. There's no way they can stop us because the forces are here. So with that said, we have an open way to attack and eliminate them. And at that point we have won the war. Because they are just wasting their power here. Fighting in an urban area, huh? Okay, go. Go, go, go. Oh, they don't have enough organization. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 1 day and 8 hours. The Dominican Republic has utterly crushed the rebels and invaders in the Puerto Plata invasion. Hey! Nice! Good on you guys. I mean, I'm not really, at the... I don't even care, to be quite honest, but I'm just happy. that this worked out and our support wasn't completely useless. So nice. And now let's just focus on eliminating the last Japanese unit here, and we'll eliminate the enemy. So Trujillo defeats the Caribbean Legion. As the Caribbean Legion landed in Puerto Plata, most predicted that Trujillo's regime would collapse in a matter of weeks, if not days. Bodies now pile up nationwide, but these belong to those who became enemies of the dictator, not of his loyalists. As the last exiles either surrender or escape, the greatest challenge to Trujillo has been seen off. The failed attack on the island has left the Caribbean Legion broadly crippled, with most riding of the last survivors quietly escaping across the Haitian border as little more than a sideshow. This failure has humiliated both the United States and Cuba, not only as they have cemented the presence of a hostile fascist power in the Caribbean, but now they have to bend to its will for the sake of the prisoners of war inside Trujillo's dungeons. God in heavens, Trujillo in Santo Domingo. And we can now attack and eliminate the Japanese. Done. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna continue. We're gonna go towards Atahualpa. The revolt that failed. A spokesman for the Argentinian armed forces today announced a failed attempt to oust interim President Jose Maria Guido by the hardline anti-Peronist Colorado faction of the military. While pro-democracy advocates breathe a sigh of relief, some have voiced concerns that the continuation of the Argentinian civilian government had less to do with the strength of the civilian institutions than the outcome of a factional struggle within the military. Fresh elections are expected to be called soon, and whatever path Argentina might take, it will be under the guiding hand of the Azul military faction. Comprised of a moderate anti-Peronists, largely drawn from the army cavalry officers, they have publicly indicated their desire to preserve democratic institutions and to allow Peronism to continue existing as a political force. Okay, so our units are now moving, linking up here. So you guys should be... Yeah, you got 100% strength, you're at 77%. But it doesn't matter. We finished a new kind of war. Although it has been decades since the end of the traditional war, as it can be referred to, many generals and the Oberkommando der Wehrmacht seems to have failed to comprehend the change in situation. Seeing this rather old-fashioned outlook as concerning, Herr Speer must convince the more traditionalist generals who still view the world through the lens of social Darwinist militarism. We can still fight and win major conflicts without ever firing a shot. We simply need to convey that message to the generals. So our Speer's legitimacy will increase. We get extra division organization, daily command power gain, and increase military training and supervision policy effectiveness. Okay, and now we can get the sensible economy. Extra legitimacy, we get extra construction speed, efficiency cap, and GDP growth will increase by 0.25. Amazing. So I think that's a good place where to end it. Our units are now going to deliver final blow to our enemies. We just need to take their capital, while the first Fallschirmjägers are going to fight with these enemies. But yeah, look, our units are even actually doing in that attacking. So I'm thinking we're gonna still attack them, but the push for the capital is what we need to do to end this conflict. Our economy is doing great, I believe. Yep, debt to GDP dropped to 104.3%. GDP is continuously increasing. We still have a decent surplus. Our real GDP growth is good. Social stats are not great. The GDP per capita is dropping. Poverty is just skyrocketing, but we'll address that. Once we get to about 100% debt, I'm gonna start investing more into, the social programs and stuff like that. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. This has been fun. I'm happy that we managed to save the Dominican Republic. I'm happy that we're gonna save Madagascar. And then we can just focus back on the situation in the Reich, where, I mean, we are doing good, I'd say, but we still need to do more. Yep. We will still need to do more. So, anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode.